Remember studying homonyms in high school English class? Same word, different meanings. Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. I mean, it was so long ago that was when a mouse was still a rodent and not a common piece of office equipment. Today, we're going to talk about caps. Not the kind that I'm wearing, but the ones that can impact your retirement savings. One of the most popular conservative investments available is a fixed indexed annuity. Now, the interest credited to these products is often based on the performance of some external equity index. The most popular way to determine the interest earned is a cap, sometimes referred to as a ceiling. In other words, you earn whatever the market earns, subject to some maximum. And although your gains are limited by this cap, you will also never lose money due to market declines. As with all investments, there are strings attached. These are long-term contracts which, in most cases, are subject to penalties if withdrawals in excess of 10% are taken during the early years of the contract. So let's examine how this type of account would have worked from the 10-year period beginning January 1st of 2005 and ending 10 years later on January 1st, 2015. Now, this was an extremely volatile period that included the financial crisis of 2008 and 2009 and the bull market that followed. In this example, I will assume that you might have invested $100,000 in the S&P on January 1st of 2005. 10 years later, your investment would have grown to $169,884. Now, would this investment have grown at a nice, steady pace? Regrettably not. In fact, at the bottom of the market in March of 2009, your $100,000 initial investment would have only been worth $55,776. Did you tough it out? Well, if you did, you would have recovered your losses. However, as you can see, the 10-year annualized rate of return was only 5.44%. So you might ask yourself, were the gains worth the pain? Well, let's examine how a fixed indexed annuity with a 5% cap would have performed during the same time frame. Now, year one would have been one of those I could have had a V8 moments. As you can see from this analysis, in the first year, the market returned over 15%. Since the cap on the account was 5%, that was what you earned. Bummer. You got less than a third of the market gains. In years 2 and 3, the market was basically flat. The total 2-year gain was slightly less than 5%, and since that was less than the cap, you would have earned 100% of the market gains in 2006 and 2007. In 2008, however, you probably felt a whole bunch better about your investment. When the market plummeted, you didn't gain anything, but you also didn't lose. Your balance remained the same. Your gains were locked in at the previous year's values. At the end of 10 years, your investment would have grown to $140,530 for an annualized rate of return of 3.46%. Many baby boomers who, like me, began investing in the boom years of the 80s and 90s expect that our investments will earn between 7 and 10% per year each and every year. However, look at the growth of the $100,000 investment. The red line is the S&P and the blue line is the capped annuity. The reality is that for all the risk that you took on, and potentially sleepless nights, you would have only earned annually about 2% additional income by being in the market. Now, I'm not saying you should take all of your money and invest in a fixed indexed annuity. Now, one of the problems with how indexed annuities are marketed is that investors expect stock market returns when the market goes up and are disappointed when they are capped out. In my opinion, indexed annuities work best in the following situations. Number one, as CD and bond replacements for the conservative portion of a well-balanced portfolio. Secondly, for super conservative investors who just can't stomach the volatility of the stock and bond markets. And three, for individuals seeking contractually guaranteed income payments that they cannot outlive. Now, my goal is to create client portfolios that participate in market gains while protecting against market losses. Give me a call at 480-503-0050 for a complimentary appointment to find out if I can help you to retire happily ever after.
This has been a Loki production.